Hey BFFs, how are you guys doing? Okay, of course, right when I start this intro, Molly and Chester decide that, okay guys, hey, stop. Right as I decide to start this intro, they want to play and growl and grab each other by the leg. Dogs, I'm sure. Most everybody with animals understands. But I have some potatoes going in the Instapot. Hubby put some potatoes in the Instapot for baked potatoes tonight for supper. And I am gathering my supplies for my video tomorrow. So, gosh, that's Molly. So I have my 3-month ahead binder, and what I'm doing is I'm going through all of my envelopes and I'm writing down on a cash planning sheet. This sheet, it's like a booklet, came from the Aesthetic Dollar. And I'm marking off what denominations that I need so that I have the correct amount of denominations and the right denominations to go in my envelopes. Now, she also sells the teller slips. I don't really use those so much, occasionally, but usually I just text hubby what denominations I need and he grabs that out of the bank for me on his way home from work. Now, you're probably thinking, GiGi, something is so totally different. Yes, I have my oxygen on. Y'all, my levels have been really low lately and I try not to film with my oxygen on, but I was just so out of breath, like, it's got to be there. Does it annoy me? Absolutely. I can't stand it. But it serves its purpose. So, like I said, today we're going to be stuffing our 3-month ahead binder, always preparing for the future. If that seems like something you'd enjoy, y'all grab y'all something to drink, and we're gonna go back to my office and we're gonna get this video started. Before we do that, I just want to say a quick shout out again to all my beautiful subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every subscriber that I have, and I will never ever ever be able to tell you guys how much I appreciate you. We are on our way to our 800 subscriber giveaway. I will have 2, and I will let you guys know that those will be the Aesthetic Dollar items. So stay tuned for, I'll probably announce this giveaway. So guys, let's take it from the kitchen with the Instapot doing the work with the potatoes, and let's get in my office so we can get into this video. Okay guys, we got our markers out, ready to stuff our 3-month ahead binder. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. So let's see what is going in this binder for this stuffing. It's 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92, 205, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So $230. And I used my little book. I will show you guys. It's like a little tablet, a little notepad from Emily at the Aesthetic Dollar. You do not have to buy one of these. Here, let me tear this off. But it's a little cash planning notebook. And it's got the denominations over here, and you just write down your category, how much you need, and you can break it down. You can do that on a piece of paper too. And she also sells these little teller slips that you can take to the bank and give to the bank, and it just makes it simple. I don't use these too much, not unless I got a lot of different denominations. I'll send this with hubby to the bank, and he'll give it to the teller. And the good thing about our bank, with one of our tellers at our bank, is that he cash stuffs. So he knew immediately what that teller slip was. He's like, oh, you cash stuff too? I was like, yes, I do cash stuff. He's like, it's wonderful. I was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. But usually I would have to go in and explain, but he knew right off the bat what was going on. So this is my 3 to 6 month binder. I'm just going 3 months, and then after I get it completed, I will turn around and do it again. That'll give me a total of 6 months worth of expenses, and I think that's a good fund to have. And the way you do this is you just write down all of your payments that you have, and then on this one there are 30 icons, and you just take that amount and divide it by 30. Like I'm doing 3 months. She's got it marked as the 1 month ahead, but I'm doing 3. So I just took my mortgage, which was $1,200. I divided it out by 30 icons, which made each icon $40. And when I get this binder complete, we will have 3 months worth of expenses done. And guys, you can do it in as large or as small increments as you need to. And like I said, you can do all this on Canva for free. You don't have to buy anything from anybody. You don't even have to go on Canva. You can do it in a notebook. I mean, whatever your budget allows. But of course, I'm going to tell you, don't spend a lot of money because you're on a budget. You want to save that money. I usually tend to buy budgeting things maybe 3 times a year. I always buy at Christmas time the Advent calendar. And I usually try to get 2 different kinds of savings challenges. One is usually Christmas related, holiday related, and then the others whatever. And it can be scratch off challenges, it can be games, it can be whatever. And actually, I think Celisa from Beautifully Me and You, I think she's got a little book that she sells that's not very much, and it's got all kind of challenges in it. But yeah, you don't have to do any of that. You can just take an envelope, like I said, get you an envelope, box of envelope from the dollar store, and just write on those envelopes whatever you want. Get your little composition notebook and write it down, and you're good to go. The best thing I can tell you to do is just start budgeting. Just that alone, regardless of the cash stuffing, regardless of the sinking funds, regardless of the savings challenges, just start budgeting. That is my biggest piece of advice, is to start budgeting. All right, so each house, let me see. I'm just gonna grab a color that looks similar. We're gonna color in one house for $40. I'm gonna leave these open because I don't know if I'm gonna come back to them or not. The colors probably will be there. So $40. I'm gonna turn this away too. And now, house has 20, 40, 60, 80, 120 in there, which is more than I had before I started. How about that? All right, next we're gonna do, electricity. And electricity, each icon is $20. So we're gonna put a 20 down. We're gonna grab, I don't know if it'll match, but we're gonna grab a blue. And I'm not really too concerned about total matching, just as long as it's all in the same color family. So now electricity for 3 months will be $600, which our power bill was just $250, which is absolutely ridiculous. Our power bill's never been that high, even in the middle of the winter when our power bill usually goes up. Yeah. So right now, electricity has $60 in it, but if I have to adjust, then that will be fine. I can use my buffer for that. At least I have, you know, some saved up. Okay, so water will be getting a $5 bill. So 5. So we'll color in a water drop. I'll leave those open. So water now has 15, and it needs 150 to be fully funded. But we will get there little by little. As y'all know, I'm not being aggressive with these. I am just stuffing as we kind of go along, because I am splitting savings and debt. Where I was focused solely on debt before, I'm splitting the two because of the IRS. They threw me for a loop. This is internet. Each computer is $8, so we'll be stuffing $8, marking off one icon. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's see, we got a purple. So we'll mark one computer off. And now internet has 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 in internet. And for 3 months, that needs to be $240. So like I said, we're just slowly adding. Our next one is cell phone, and each cell phone is going to be worth $25. Now this may change because y'all know I've been talking about Mint Mobile. Also Spectrum has they're doing a $30 monthly thing too. Now I know Spectrum uses Verizon's, is it tower? Is that what the word I'm looking for? Network. And we're on Verizon now, so I know that wouldn't be too much of a change. But I don't know what Mint Mobile does. But if you guys have Spectrum cell phone, let me know down in the comments below if it's a good thing. Because I'm terrified to switch, and we need to, because you know our bill is ridiculous. Our bill's almost $200 a month, and that's just for my husband and myself. So like we could go from 200 to like 60. That's a huge difference. But I gotta make sure that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Before I go. So y'all let me know if you have Spectrum cell phone service and if it's decent. All right, our cell phone now has 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75 in it. And guys, if I do change and this number, because right now it's $750. If this number changes, then all I'll do is I'll just scratch that number out, and whatever I have left to fill for the 3 months, I'll just put that in there. So you can, you know, these things you can just white out and correct however you need to. All right, next is car insurance. Car insurance also went up, but I saw where South Carolina, something about their rates, all of South Carolina's rates on car insurance went up. So I mean, I think my husband needs to do the USAA. I mean, he's retired military. I think it would be cheaper, but he wants to stay where we are, and I still think he should send in his DD-214 and just get USAA. But not right now. He's not ready for that, so I'm gonna have to sweet talk him, baby talk him. All right, car insurance now has 20, 40, and 60. So we have 60 in car insurance. My husband is like really loyal. Like once he finds something that he likes, which I am that way too. Once we find things that we like, we tend to like stick with it. You know, brands and things like that. So that's kind of, we like our service with Verizon. We don't have any, you know, the only problem we have with Verizon, we feel, is how much it costs. But, you know, it's hard to change when you enjoy things, you know. We are creatures of habit, but I'm now in the habit of saving more money. So subscriptions this is for 2 years. I did the subscriptions because I pay these subscriptions except for Netflix. Netflix is monthly, but everything else is yearly. So I just went ahead and did 2 years on the subscriptions. All right, subscriptions now has 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 121, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 126 in subscriptions. And y'all, this is my yearly Canva, because I have Canva Pro. This is Canva, Epidemic Sound. I have a cleanup with my computer. That's yearly. What else? Is that it? And then I think there's like a Paramount for $4.99 or something like that. We got Paramount for $4.99 for a year. But we only got that in like January, so I doubt we'll get that deal again. So, and then we did a miscellaneous for whatever, and 15 for the miscellaneous. What color? Purple. Do the dark purple. And now miscellaneous has 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45 in it. And y'all, a perfect example of doing whatever you want with these savings challenges is, this is the challenge for a car payment. And I just waited out the car payment because we don't have a car payment. We will eventually buy us new vehicles right before retirement. We want our vehicles paid off. New vehicles, well, it probably won't be brand new because I'm not paying for it, for me to drive it off the lot and it depreciate immediately. But a new to us vehicle right before retirement. So hopefully we can go through retirement and not have to worry about that. But that's just trying to plan ahead. That's not anything written in stone. But I just changed this to make it for our gas. A lot of people don't do like their variable expenses for the 3 to 6 months ahead. But I thought, well, we still have to eat. We still have to have fuel. So we might as well just go ahead and do that. And like I said, it's what works for your family. Because exactly what I do for my family will not work exactly for your family. Because we have different bills, we have different incomes, you know, all that stuff. But you will get into your ebb and flow of, you know, finding your comfort zone once you start budgeting and figuring out your things. So gas, we'll be getting 25. So now gas has 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. And this, y'all are gonna get a kick out of this. Everybody always does. But this was for the baby. And I just scratched it off. Is it gonna focus? I just scratched it off and made it for groceries. I mean, formula's food, right? That's so hilarious. I crack up with it too. So we're gonna color in a baby bottle, even though I haven't had a baby in 30 years. My baby will be 30 this year. He was born September of 94. Ah. Yes, I will be 51 years old this year. I had my babies young. So 20, 25, 30 into groceries. And now groceries has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, and 90. So $90 for groceries. And now we have a whole another icon completely filled out for our 3-month ahead binder, which makes me happy because I cannot stand empty envelopes. Empty envelopes drive me crazy. All right, guys, if you guys are logging off here, leave me a heart emoji down in the comments below. The rest of us are going to answer our prompted card question. So our question today is, if people came with a warning label, what would yours say? Okay, guys, mine would say, face says exactly what brain is thinking. Oh my gosh, I don't know, and I don't realize that I'm doing it, but apparently my face says more than my mouth ever does. Because the reason I know this, first of all, is, of course, you know, my husband's like, why are you looking at me like that? Like what? I'm looking at you in any kind of way. But then my daughter, she had a friend one time that I was not fond of. I knew the girl's mother. I knew what they were all about. And so I wouldn't let my daughter go over to their house, but I would let her, I mean, it's her friend, she could come over to our house. If they're at my house, I know what they're doing. My house was always the house anyway. All the kids always came over. And still, there's several of those children who still call me mom. But, her mom dropped her off, and we were going out on the front porch to meet them, and my daughter turned around and looked at me and says, Mom? And I said, Em, it's okay. I'm not gonna say anything. And she said, I'm not worried about what you're gonna say. I'm worried about what your face is gonna look like. So y'all, my warning label would be, the face expresses everything that the brain wants to say. So if you came with a warning label, what would yours say? Y'all leave me your answers in the comments below. That was a good question. We get some corny questions, and that was a good question. I like that question. So guys, leave me a thumbs up. Please share this video with someone you think may enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. I try to upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome, welcome to our new folks. We have the best BFFs here ever. Kind, supportive, genuinely concerned, not snarky, y'all, we have the best group ever, and I am so thankful for that, because I want this to be a positive place. You know, talking about debt and finances is hard, so I want this to be a place where people can feel comfortable. I thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, friends.